Okay, so here we go. Now, first of all, I like to start off by saying I have not been prepared. I've been thinking about doing this video for a while, but I thought I would prepare myself and do it sort of like in a meditative state where I could really explain to you, because this way I just go all over the place. But you know, I received an email yesterday, and this video is especially for you because you are in that stage where you are just, you know, you're searching to connect with your loved one that has passed, you know. And I actually took down some of your questions, which kind of helps me to kind of make this video without, you know, going all over the place. So first of all, I like to say is, you know, it's never, ever easy to lose someone that we love. Now, this video is, you know, if you haven't lost anyone, then you're not going to get it, because everything in life is experience. Everything we do comes, our understanding comes from our own personal experience. So if you haven't experienced losing a loved one, which you are so grateful, and you know, all blessings to you, because you know, you don't want to go through it. It's not an easy step. But yeah, so this video is really for folks, you know, who not only have you lost your loved ones, but you're still struggling to communicate with them, or you're still looking for some answers. And you know, are they thinking about you? Can they hear you when you're calling them? And I have to say, this questions that you asked are so, it's vital, because this is the experience that I kind of went through. But my experience was a little different. Somehow I made peace with it really quick, and not because there was no love there. I just think the love was so strong, and the connection between this individual and myself was so strong that the healing for me came quick. Now, granted, you know, there was some guilt factor in it and stuff like that, so that took time. But in terms of feeling like he was away from me, I've always felt like he was closer to me. If anything, he was more closer to me when he passed than he was when, you know, he was still living in his physical body per se. But I don't want to go too much into my experience, but what I could do is, there's many ways, many ways. Like I tell you in all my other videos, when I show you something or share something, I share it through my own personal experience. Now, that does not mean that the way I have experienced it is that's how you're going to experience it, because we are all on a different levels of understanding things. So mine comes in my ways, yours will come, you know, maybe there's something that I could learn from you that I hadn't thought about, and I'd be like, wow, you know, that really makes sense, especially when I was going through it and whatnot. And by the way, I have a little candle here, because that's another thing. Usually I would not tell you, you know, you don't need a candle for this or that, but I think for this kind of process, I think it's just a respect to our loved ones that we light a candle in their name. I'm gonna pause this video just for 1 second. Sorry, my son just got home from school and he's just being a kid. But anyways, I don't even know what I was saying. So yes, we have to, in order to truly connect with our beloveds, we have to, or our loved ones, you know, who have transitioned, we really have to go beyond 5 senses. And maybe in the future, you know, we could go step by step how to do that. But for now, just to answer a few questions, just for the sake of this video, you know, I love your questions. You know, the last one kills me because, you know, nobody can help you except for you yourself. And we'll go over that one. But I'm just going to read this randomly. I just picked a few questions, and your question was, how will I know when he is near me? So this is where the candle aspect comes in, because in the beginning, you have to practice your senses. You know, like I said, beyond, you have to go beyond five senses. This is where, you know, our clairvoyant side of us come in, where we kind of shut down all the physical aspect, and we have to sort of listen from our spiritual ear, see from our spiritual eyes, feel from our spiritual heart. And then you're really going to understand, and there's going to be no confusion that's going to be. So how will I know when he is near me? That is such a good question. When you first really try to communicate with someone who has passed, you really have to be in an environment where it's peaceful, it's quiet, it's, you know, you light a candle and you put a picture of someone, whoever the person is that you are trying to kind of communicate with, or if you could just visualize it in your mind's eye, because anytime you're calling upon a spirit, you know, granted, we know that it's our loved ones, you always want to be careful, and you always want them to sort of kind of give you a sign, okay? So let me just quickly tell you my experience, okay? Before my beloved friend passed away, right before he died, he said to me, if I die, he said, I want you to come and give me rose as often as you can. So, you know, this was something that he had already put out there. So when I think of him, you know, our love, our friendship, our unity together represents in a symbol of rose. Now, yours could be, you know, this is where you have to go through the soul searching and see what the conversation was about. And this could be not just about lovers or husband and wife. This is the same rule applies to your children, to your siblings, to your mother, to your father, anybody that you are trying to connect. You have to kind of know what there has to be a little symbol that kind of meant a lot to both of you. Or maybe, you know, they were funny and you walked in the door and they told you a funny joke, or you know, they made fun of you in some way, but it was a loving way, but where there was just like this feeling that just felt good within you. So yes, so how will you know? This is, like I said, you know, you have to ask for signs. You know, I'm jumping way ahead. So you go to your little quiet space, and you light a candle, you put a picture of them or bring them into your mind's eye. And this is where it's going to get hard in the beginning, because in the beginning there's going to be a lot, especially for you, because I sense from what you are saying to me, the need for the communication is so dire. It's like, without that, I don't think you can move on. And it's so essential for you to make peace with that. So in the beginning, you know, when you just call upon him and just light a candle, take a deep breath, and, you know, say the person's name. Like, let me give you an example. I'm not shy, you know, I'm beyond certain things with this. So I'm there's no shame, there's no guilt, there's no embarrassment, there's nothing. There's just love, love, love. And when there's love, there's no shame. Anyways, I hope I don't start feeling him, because when I do this, he's all around me and I can just feel it. So anyways, what you would do is, I would say something like, Joe, show me that you're here. Give me a sign. I miss you. I've been thinking about you. It's been a while that we haven't communicated, and I know the symbol that represents us, and I would really, really like to somehow, somewhere, for me to get a rose sometime this week or in the next week or two. And, you know, I'm really going to be waiting for it. And when it comes, I'll know that you are there present with me. Boom! I swear to you, I get all excited. Oh my God, love, love, love. when I say this, guys, I somehow, usually it takes less than 48 hours, the rose appears, and never, never, never has it failed me. And so, but that works for me because I've reached that certain level of understanding, you know. But yeah, I might have to do 2 parts of this video because we're already into like almost 14 minutes. But anyways, so yeah, so you would go and relax yourself, take a deep breath, and then you would call him or her, and you know, you would say something, you know, show me or give me a sign, you know. And when you ask for that, it is your responsibility, guys, to pay attention for the sign. And it's like synchronicity. It's the most beautiful thing you can experience, because once you start seeing the signs, they're everywhere. And the more you see it, the more excited you get. But here's the downside. It takes practice. It takes practice, so don't be disappointed. It really does take practice. But I'm telling you, here's another thing. Okay, I'm going to pause it so I can just take a breather. Okay, so I'm back. So anyways, like I was saying, find like a little symbol, or you know, a story, or just anything. Find something. You know, I can't tell you what relationship you had with someone. I wish I can do that, but I can't. Only you know what's important, what's more meaningful to you. So yes, when you sit down in your meditative state, I'm not even saying you have to meditate. I'm just saying just quiet your senses, your mind, body, spirit, let it relax a little bit, and then bring up your loved ones in your mind's eye. And then you know, like I said earlier, ask them to give you a sign that they are there. And you know, sometimes, you know, if you pick something that's meaningful to you and if it shows up, that's a sign, and just take that. Here's the thing, you must believe. If you are looking for answers, you must believe that it's coming from that person that you're asking for. But here's the thing though, here's the deeper aspect of all this, which I'm going to quickly mention, but you really have to understand the essence of what I'm saying. Any signs, any symbols, anything, nothing is coming from the outside. Everything is coming from you. You are the one who is asking the question, and in essence, you are the one giving you the answers that you are seeking for. Now, because we're connected spiritually, where it makes sense, you know what I mean? It's like you think, oh, this answer is coming from him or her, but because we are all connected, you know, you have to kind of look at it, because if you look at it and he or she is far away somewhere where I can't reach them, that's where it becomes difficult. But if you start to understand that there is nothing outside of us, you know, the essence of who we are is spirit. And when we are connected, when we connect with that, our loved ones in a place of spirit, then we're going to start understanding things. But if you think like you are in a physical body and he or she has, you know, it's gone, and there's no, you can't see them, you can't touch them. So when you do get something, it's hard for you to believe, like, is it really? So this is where your faith comes in. You know, when you are doing something like this, you better be prepared that the answers are going to come. And if the answers are not coming, that just means that you're not really listening, you're not really paying attention, because it's there. Because remember, nothing comes from the outside, you know, it's all coming from within. If you want to, it's like our manifestation. When we want to manifest something, we send it out into the universe, and it comes back to us in one form or another. It's the same process, you know. And it's like if you believe in angels, and if you believe in God, if you believe in deities or what have you, you know, and when you pray, you really feel the presence of these things. You know, you feel, you know, when you pray to Christ, you feel the loving energy of Christ. You know, when you pray to the goddess, you know, you feel the energy of it. And when you pray to Buddha, you feel the energy of it. So when our loved one passes, it's no difference. It's spirit to spirit connection. So you really have to, this is what I'm saying, it's deep, you know, so there's levels of it. But I'm just mentioning this so you understand that when the answers come, don't think it's so far-fetched. And this is another reason I say this. Your next question is, I'm a little skeptic, but lately I have been feeling him around me. Now you have been feeling him around you. He's always been. Our loved ones are always around us. They never leave, guys, because they're spiritual beings. You know, their body has gone, but their spirit is still alive. And so when we are in tune, and the reason that you feel he is near you is because you're paying attention to your feelings, you know. And when you feel that, you're like, oh, is he there? Is she there? Are they there? Dad, are you there? Mom, are you there? Sister, brother, auntie, my beautiful baby, are you there? Like, I could feel you, you know. And that's how it is. And once you start feeling that, you know that you are ready to connect with them at a different level. But for you, my sense is that you are ready to sort of make peace with this. You know, it's been long 8 years, and it's time for you to make a closure so you can move on, because you have to move on. You have to. And our loved ones, they want us to move on. And that's another thing. A lot of times we don't want to move on, especially if it's a love relationship, you know, and you pass someone that you love has passed, and you feel guilty. Yes, you have this new love in your life, what have you. You feel guilty, like, am I hurting this person, or how would this? Trust me, when we leave our body becomes spirit, and spirit is never jealous, or it's a place of love. So yes, you have to come to a point where you have to feel like, you know, your loved ones, they want you to be happy and they want you to move on. Don't ever feel like you can't do something, you can't be yourself, because you have to prove it to the world that you're moving on. So that means that you don't have that love in your heart, because remember, no one under the sun knows what is in your heart. Only you know. So you don't owe anybody anything, but you have to allow yourself to feel the grief, the loss, and things like that. So if that was your another question, you know, you're skeptical. It's normal to be skeptical, but if you want to move on beyond this process, then you have to go beyond your 5 senses and start asking questions and start paying attention to what signs are there. And, you know, the healing will start taking place, and that's what you need. You need closure, my friend. Do you get scared when you communicate? Oh, such a beautiful question. Oh. Here's the thing. The dead that have passed on, they can never harm us. It is our pigment of our imagination that brings in fear. If you feel like there's a boogeyman out there, there's a boogeyman out there. If you feel like there's angels all around you watching you and guiding you, that's exactly what you feel. If you feel like someone has passed on, and you know, what would happen if I communicate with them, then you're not really ready, because there's still a fear factor in it. But from my own personal experience, no, because when you are scared, ask yourself this question. When he or she was in front of me, was I scared of that person? And the answer would be, of course not. I loved him. He would never harm me. She would never harm me. So what is the difference now? There's no difference. Only difference is that he or she is not in their body, but they're still this essence of who they are, which is love, you know. If anything, that love is even more vaster, because they understand it more in terms of where they're at. So yes, did I ever get scared? No. My situation is, my friend comes to me. He'll come to me in times where I don't expect it. He'll come to me in times when I expect it. And when he is here, I know it. And that's another question that you asked was, I want to know, okay, that's for you. Oh, how will I know when he's around me? No, gosh. I forget what the question was. I wrote down so many here. So yes, so the previous question was, do I get scared? No, I don't get scared. Like I said previously, with practice, you'll know that he or she is around you, because here's the thing with anything in life, okay? When something feels good, it's coming from a place of love. I'm not even talking about good or evil. I'm talking about when something feels good, it's coming from a place of love. When something feels uneasy, I don't like to use the word negative, but if it feels the energy doesn't sit right, it's really coming from a place of fear for one reason or another. Now, the fear may not be that you're scared to see this person. The fear is a lot of times you are not ready to see them, because anytime for the first time you get a sign he or she's there, all the emotions come up. And I think that's what we're afraid of. We're afraid that we're going to have to revisit this event all over again, And then you have all these questions, what happened? I thought everything was going good, and all of a sudden, life just happened and my world just turned upside down. And, you have so many questions and emotions. Like, you see how deep it is? I'm just like, my emotions are rising even after all these years. When you go to that place, it's just like, what happened? But it's okay. These are good questions. These are good feelings, because we want to move on from this process. We really do. We want to come to a place where, like, when we think of this person, we think of love and happiness and joy, and we have to, there's no guilt there, there's no resentment there, there's no anger there, there's no frustration there, there's just love there, that you go in your little vortex and you have this moment with that person, and then you also come out and you know that you have to live your life, and you go ahead and do that. And anytime the emotions come back, you go in your vortex and you feel that emotion. This is what it means, living in the moment, which I'm probably going to talk about before my videos are over in the next few days. Is living in the moment is not about creating good feelings. Living in the moment means when those emotions arise from within us, instead of running from that, you have to live in the moment, and you have to deal with that experience, that feeling, that whatever you're going, the emotions, not suppress it and bring some positive affirmation just so you could feel better, because then you're just hiding away from your emotion. You're saying, okay, I don't want to feel this, and that's not good. And living in the moment means, okay, I'm fucking experiencing this. Oops. Bleep. I'm effing experiencing this. It's the truth, and I don't like it. And you have to stay there, and, you have to run with the emotions. And every time, every few hours things change, energies change. You'll have your moments, you're going to come back and forth, and that just means that you're healing. And unfortunately, that's what healing is going to require. Healing requires for us to stay in the moment and feel what we are feeling, and not running away from it. So this experience that you're going to be going through, it's going to require a lot of stuff, yes, that you're going to have to go through, because you have just opened up the door, my friend. You've opened up the door because you are ready to heal. You are ready to not so much let go, but kind of start new, but from a different aspect of things. It's all perception, and up until now, your perception of what was just, was painful, it was hurt. But now, the universe is pushing us. That's another thing, beautiful thing about law of attraction is, our emotions are rising and sending out in the universe, and the universe is saying, hey, you gotta fix this stuff. If you really want to expand in life, then we gotta take care of all this stuff. And that's why my videos have been about emotional, deep stuff, because without, you could have all the money in the world, you could have all the possessions in the world, but unless you've healed the pain that is underneath everything, you're never going to be happy. You're never going to be peaceful. So that's what we want to do. We want to not get rid of it, but just heal from it. You know, it's not something to get rid of. It's just something that is experienced in our life, and we kind of want to make sense about it, and we want to come to peace with it. So now I'm going to end this video soon because I could just go on and on. There's so many aspects to this, and hopefully in the future we'll talk about it step by step, so you know you can start healing yourself. But this question, like, it kills me. It kills me because I get people come to me in many different ways, you know, whether it be about relationship, whether it be about parents, children issues, you know, whatever. They ask, you know, your question to me was, I feel like you can help me to feel closer to him. No one can do that for you. I can't. I can't. No one can. Only you can, because the love that is within you is the love that he knows. And if there's anyone that can reach that, it's you. And I could sit here and I can say, you know, you got to do this, and you got to do this, and you got to do this, and you got to do this. It's just me saying it, but unless you really go in and deep and really start doing things, you're not going to. I could sit here and talk all day, but you have to do the actual part. So you are the one who has to do the healing. I can't do the healing for you. Nobody can. But I believe in law of attraction, and I believe people come into our lives for a reason, and I believe we're all here collectively to help each other grow, to help each other heal, to help each other, just help each other in whatever way, form that we can. And, you know, and unfortunately, you know, you are the only one that can heal yourself, just like I did. Nobody taught me. I had to learn from my own personal experience. And I think that's the beauty of desire. When you have a desire in your heart about something, sorry, the sun's saying, when you have a desire in your heart about something, if your desire is strong enough, the universe will match you. And you're also, this is where it's good for us to have faith in a higher power. You have to believe in a higher power. You know, you have to believe their energy that supports us, and you have to call upon those energies, you know, whichever form it may be. You know, I don't teach who your God is, but you know, we all have gods and angels that we call upon because we need them. Without them, we can't be. Even though we are part with them, we are essentially one with them. But because we live in a different dimension, it's hard to understand that aspect. And, you know, we'll go into that later on. But for now, it's like baby steps. Baby steps. And to start off with, to recap, you know, have a picture of your beloved, your mother, father, sister, brother, auntie, uncle, your pet, whoever, whatever that you have lost in your life. That you haven't really lost because they've never left. They're already, you know, they're still close to you. They're just not in their physical body. So you bring that essence of who that person is. You know, put a picture. If you put a picture, then you're actually getting the visual of it. And when you're calling upon them, and when you feel the energy, you're gonna know that it's that person, you know. And then once you get in your quiet space, you light a candle, you invite this person to give you a sign, and then look out for the signs, and the signs will come. If you are determined enough, it will come. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. Just be patient with yourself. You've been patient this long, right? So be patient with yourself, and it will come. You know, just one more reminder, just know that they are not outside from you. And if you could just get that part, if you could truly just get the part that they are not separate from you out there somewhere, then the connection, because everything is going to come from within our own heart center. So you are asking the question and you are the one who is answering it. Of course, you think that it's coming from that person, but it's really coming from spirit to spirit connection. So you have to believe that it's coming from your heart, and if you believe that, then there's no separation. But if you believe that, oh, you're calling for him or her and they can't hear you, then they're all the way out there and you're making them out, and nothing is in the out. Everything is from the kingdom of within our hearts, within our souls. But I don't know. I know I kind of rambled on, rushing this video because I have to be somewhere in like less than 45 minutes. So this is so long. I'm so sorry if it's so long, if it's just jibber jabber. But like I said, I had to, my sweet, sweet, darling friend. I feel your sorrow. I feel your pain. I feel like you need a closure. You need a closure. And no one can bring you that closure but you. But God's, our spirit guides, our loved ones, they're here to assist us. And you have to believe in that supernatural power that it's going to happen, and it's going to happen. Trust me, it's going to happen. And once you truly make that connection that they are not somewhere outside out there, then the communication is going to be like I talk to my son, you know what I mean? That's how I talk to my friend, I talk to him. I talk to him in front of my husband. You know what I mean? There's nothing, because my husband knows that this is the feeling of my experience, that was part of my life, and it's part of me. And because my husband loves me, it has to be part of him also, because part of me is part of him. What belongs to me also belongs to him. And my beloved friend who has passed, he's, there's like three of us. It's a unity, and there's no, in a beautiful love unity, there is no separation of jealousy and this and that, because there's nothing to be jealous about. It's about love. And and I'm blessed that my husband sees that aspect of what is, and it's a beautiful unity that we all have together, and I think we could all have that. And yes, so don't be scared to contact your loved ones. If you have a mom that passed away, say, Mom, I love you and I miss you. I'm sorry that I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to you. Or, Mom, I'm so glad I had the chance to see you and spend time with you. And Dad, I don't know, everything happened so fast, I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. Or, Dad, I'm so pleased and so thankful and grateful that we had the chance to say goodbye to you, or your brothers or your sisters. I know someone that that just lost grandparents and brothers, and yes, but they are here with us, and they love us, and they want us to be happy, and they want to stay in communication with us. And once you really find the essence of that communication, guys, we be rocking, because there'll be more real to us when we wake up, when we go to sleep, when we are in nature. They're everywhere with us, and they'll let us know. They'll give a sign, and when you get that sign, it feels so good. And then you don't. Once you really get to know how to connect with them, then the sadness is gone. Only happiness remains, and you just feel peace with yourself. And the day you'll know that you've really connected with them is the day that you're going to be peace. Of course you're going to miss them. Of course you're going to want to hold them. Of course you're going to want to kiss them. Of course you're going to, want to lie down next to them and talk to them and do whatever, what we were doing before they passed, and all that good stuff. And but yeah, anyways, I'm rambling on. I really need to stop. Much love and light. I don't know if this helped. Hopefully it did. But like I said, in my future, there's so much going on right now, guys. This law of attraction, journey that's about to end has opened up a massive door for me in ways that I know that I'm ready to go out into the world and change some lives, because that is what God has put me on this earth for, and I'm not scared of that. You know, I'm here to teach, I'm here to guide, I'm here to lend a hand, I'm here to make some money, honey, too, you know. But yes, I'm here to do everything, and life is good. Law of attraction has been so wonderful to me. It's brought people into my life like you and so many other people. They just keep coming, and all walks of life, and it's so beautiful. But anyways, I'm totally going off track now. Mwah. God bless, and know that our loved ones love us. And to be perfectly honest with you, I know my friend is here.